So, spawning in orange on this beautiful lava planet. These players picked their colors really good. We have Artwarp, and spawning in black we have MegaSuperBeasto. So they really respect the color schemes of this planet, which is very nice of them indeed. Now we just wait for them to actually select the spawning spot. And it's best to be patient in these kind of circumstances. Okay, I can't really talk about much about the plan because, well, short of the alt location without too much metal, you do have quite the amount. Players are spawning relatively close to each other. Metal-wise, it's sort of equal. I do believe MegaSuperBeasto actually got a slightly better spawn location metal-wise, although it does have these rocks that are actually preventing him from going straight to that metal. Artwarp's in a somewhat more wide open area, somewhat less easily defendable, so I do believe that MegaSuperBeasto does have the superior spawning position in this game. Okay, so pretty standard 3 metal into power plant for both players. And some lag for MegaSuperBeasto. Let's see if it's manageable. He could potentially ask for a rehost, so we'll have to see if he actually does that. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. If it was bad, he should have called for a rehost at this point, and he doesn't, so it should be manageable. So we got a vehicle factory first for Artwarp. I'm not actually sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but let's just go with it. And MegaSuperBeasto is going for bots. Curiously enough, he's not building any fabbers and is going straight for the stingers. Oh, he's building fabbers now. Oh, this music is very reminiscent of Star Trek music, Stargate music, which obviously great series. More metal being tacked on for him. A radar first for MegaSuperBeasto, so he's gonna be slightly behind metal-wise for the time being. It's also curious that he's using one to build each metal spot, and he's not actually grouping them up, which is what most people do. And as you can see, it actually cuts into his efficiency. But then again, once these are up, it's actually gonna, efficiency just went straight up to 100 again. Air factory now being constructed as well for both players apparently, so again, pretty similar builds at the start of the game. Although Artwarp is definitely going for more metal, and he's spreading out quite a bit further than you would expect this early on, which is something that MegaSuperBeasto isn't doing as of yet. He's building lots of power, he's building a bit more metal here, but he's not going for his metal spots right behind him. No aggressive units being constructed as of yet, just fabrication vehicles out of here. Yeah, the economy for MegaSuperBeasto is slightly less efficient than it normally would be. Oh, it just went to 100 again, which is good. Commander is mainly on energy duty by the look of things. The air factory seems to be up first. Yeah, it's up first for MegaSuperBeasto, although Artwarp is not too far behind. Artwarp is doing substantially better on the metal spot count, and actually doing better on power as well, which is kind of curious. Generally, one player is ahead in metal and the other is ahead in power, but in this case, Artwarp is ahead in both. Also, bot factory going up for MegaSuper. yeah, it does have quite a number of power plants by the look at things. And a hummingbird came out. Well, actually, a number of hummingbirds seem to be coming out of this air factory for Artwarp. The factory is constructing docks by the look at things. This one is still making fiber bots. And I actually tacked on a number of bot factories. He's also building storage, which is something you don't often see. He did finally start to get these metal spots here, and I assume he would expand backwards as well. Artwarp is building a turret in a rather curious spot. Would he actually know that Mega Super is there? Let's check. Yes, apparently he scouted that base, so he's reacting to that. Mega Super on the other hand, I do not believe has scouted anything. Oh, there is a scout of him flying around. Oh yes, he actually scouted the entire base. So both players knowing exactly where the enemy is. Not entirely... Well, Mega Super isn't entirely up to date about these metal spots here and these metal spots there, which are easy targets at the moment. More hummingbirds coming out as well. And immediately going for the advanced air factory, so probably planning something sneaky. But because he knows where the enemy is, and he got this turret down, he feels slightly more confident to actually go for that advanced higher tech sooner in the game. Hummingbird flew by at the exactly right spot to actually crash this bumblebee that just took off, which was a very nice play. Oh, advanced air factory going up as well. Would you have spotted the advanced air factory from Artwarp? He did, so actually that's a reactionary play by him. Neither player does seem to have all that much in the way of army, currently. Few hummingbirds for both players. There is this Tox group here that's moving out. I would assume it's actually gonna try and take these relatively undefended metal spots, which is not a bad idea. Although, then again, Artwarp does have these as well, and is now at twice the amount of metal that Mega Super is. He's also getting some early bot factories going. I assume that's gonna be for just some skirmishes, some harassment, if you can get away with it. Turret here as well. I'm not entirely sure how useful that turret is going to be in the long run, but we'll see. Maybe it turns out to be actually quite useful at the middle stages of the game when they try to take each other's metal spots. We have a few errand docks here as well. I would assume these would be for taking out any metal that might be constructed around this area. It's 2 versus 2 docks, and the first shot went to orange, so I assume orange would be winning. Oh, but the third docks actually join in on the fun, so that's the end of that. An advanced vehicle factory being constructed, and Kestrel's going straight out of the box. Now, I do like Kestrel play. Kestrel play is very, very fun, very aggressive. And if you can get a number of them, there's a substantial pain to deal with for your enemy. These bots were planning to mount an assault, but apparently they reconsidered. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I assume they saw the turret, or alternatively... Oh, what is this? Okay, just a bunch of hummingbirds moving in. Nothing fancy. The advanced air factory is now nearly finished. This is going to take quite a while to get up because there's only a single... oh no, there's 2 clovers building it, so it's gonna get up rather quickly now. Army of docks is just sitting here. It's curious to see that neither of these players have elected to build any sort of engineers, especially Mega Super, because I would assume that mostly docks that would be useful. Okay, the Peregrines and the Kestrels are moving out, and they seem to be going for... Well, I think the idea was that they wanted to take out this air factory and achieve air superiority, but that did not go out quite the way he intended. Unit count wise, Artwarp is quite a bit ahead, but I assume that's mostly power plants and metal spots, which he has plenty of, but he doesn't seem to have that much in the way of army. He's building more bots now. There are not that many yet. These bots are gonna get taken out rather easily. That's the end of that. Although there's 2 turrets here and some bots defending this location, so I think it will be defended if these guys try to actually take this little base. The advanced vehicle factory now nearly done. It's very close to completion. And I assume we will see some heavy tanks coming out of that one, or maybe some vanguards. With the advanced air factory, I would not be surprised at all if we saw some peregrines, although we did see the anti-air of black. That was actually quite useful. Also, nice play here, building those factories to lock down these metal expansions, which I don't believe our Mega Super actually has any idea of that's going on. And apparently that turret here did see some use. Not entirely sure how much it did see, but it did see some. Lots of anti-air moving around this area. Some bots moving around here as well. I assume these bots are going to try and take that metal. So it's actually starting to look really good for Artwarp. He's keeping Mega relatively confined in his base. He's not really managing to get it at all. And yeah, he's just pushing him back and back and back and back until he can actually win this one. Radar now going up here as well. Another advanced vehicle factory coming down there. Considering this is mainly stingers, and this is not going to do much. These guys actually might be useful. A lot of these bots are damaged, so if this guy turns, well, this group turns around, or these guys intercept it, then it's going to actually deal with this. But this factory might still go down. It depends. These guys actually realize this and turn around. They will help. Nah, it's gonna be too late, I think. It's gonna be close cut. They do seem to be going for a Fabris, which is a good idea, if you can manage it. So the factory will probably go down, simply due to decay. Well, there's a single Fabri that's actually going that way to try and help. We've got a single Vanguard, 2 Shellers, and 1 Leveler that are moving around. I assume that he actually put that builder on continuous build, and there's also a nuclear launch pad being constructed, which is quite fun. This bolt still managed to move past quite a bit of defenses, but now this tower is taking them out. So that's that threat dealt with in a pretty substantial manner. An advanced bot factory being built here as well. And it looks like this expansion will probably, yeah, it's scouted now, so it's probably going to die at some point in the near future. Meanwhile, it did do exactly what it wanted to do, because all these metal spots have been taken out, and that's going to set back the economy of Mega Super quite a bit. Let's see what the state of that nuke is. Nuclear launch pad is just being constructed by one guy, so quite slowly. Advanced energy plants going down as well, and advanced metal spots, so it looks like he's gonna throw everything he's got at this nuclear play that he's planning. He still has a substantial advantage metal-wise, because he has pretty much half the planet under his command. Looks like that these metal spots are gonna die as well. Maybe this advanced factory. There was a defense tower being constructed, but it doesn't look like it's gonna finish. I don't know what exactly happened. But it looks like these Fabris fell asleep on the job, which is nothing that he actually wants to have happen at this point. A little wave of bots moving in here. A few stingers are mixed in, just the 2 of them. And also a hummingbird apparently, so that will be enough to deal with any air threats. And then we have this little dolls group moving in. Now, considering the amount of Shellers and the Vanguards, it's actually a pretty decent composition. Mega Super is saying he has so much lag, this is probably GG. I'm not entirely sure if the lag actually caused him to lose this. It's potentially true, but yeah. We'll just see. These bots are not going for the main base by the look of things. Looks like they might actually try and snipe this tower and then take this advanced bot factory down. Considering the fact that that tower just needs 1 or 2 more shots to actually be dealt with, I'm not surprised that he does decide to do that. A few of them bots will go down. Yeah, there we have the tower dead. But he's not going for the advanced bot factory. I'm kind of surprised by that. The Sheller is now finally getting in range of the units here. Another group of dogs being totally annihilated by the dogs of Artwarp. The nuclear launchpad has finished. It's not being assisted as of yet, but the nuke is under construction. That's the AA being destroyed. More dogs being destroyed as well. Commander is helping in. But looking at the complete surround that's going on, this is pretty much the end for Mega Super. Yeah, production is down to pretty much nothing. His efficiency is down to 51% and it's gonna decrease while these tanks and shuttles get in range as well. And to add insult to injury, some heavy hummingbirds, heavy bombers are coming in. Hornets if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. It's gonna maybe take still a while, but my girlfriend's internet sucks so hard is being said by... Oh, whoa, these tanks, yeah, these vanguards actually completely flamed the hell out of the commander. So yeah, this is definitely GG. Nuke was still nowhere near complete, so sadly we didn't get to see that. But yeah, well played by both players, and well-deserved victory for Artwarp, I would say. I do believe Artwarp was actually the favorite for these two, from these two guys. So I'm not entirely surprised, but yeah. It was a good game, I enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys for round 4 in about half an hour. So thanks for watching, and cheerio!